Whether it happens during foreplay or during intimacy itself, manual stimulation can be incredibly pleasurable for a woman when it is done correctly. In fact, when a man truly understands what he is doing, it is entirely possible for a woman to reach climax using hands alone. And yet, most men are never taught how to do this well. Your hands are one of the most adaptable tools you have during intimacy. Fingers can change pressure, adjust angles, respond instantly to feedback, and move with precision. Nothing else offers that level of control. The problem is that many men either rush through this part or treat it as something to get out of the way, which means they miss one of the most powerful opportunities to create pleasure and connection. Today, I want to walk you through how to use your hands in a way that actually works. Not tricks, not gimmicks. This is about understanding female anatomy, arousal patterns, and why certain approaches feel incredible while others shut everything down. I am Dr. Nora Vale, your trusted men's health and urology expert, and I want you to pay close attention because there is one common mistake that ruins this experience for a lot of women without men even realizing it. If you want to be the kind of partner she thinks about long after the moment is over, make sure you are subscribed. This channel is about real understanding, not guesswork. Before anything else, preparation matters. This sounds obvious, but it gets overlooked more than you would expect. Clean hands are non-negotiable. Nails should be trimmed and smooth. Hands should be washed thoroughly. Intimate touch should never come with discomfort or concern about hygiene. When a woman feels physically safe, her body can relax, and relaxation is the gateway to pleasure. Once that foundation is set, everything that follows becomes far more effective. Arousal for women does not happen instantly. It builds, and one of the biggest mistakes men make is moving too quickly toward direct stimulation. The body needs time for blood flow to increase to the genitals, for natural lubrication to develop, and for the nervous system to shift into a receptive state. That is why the buildup matters so much. Instead of immediately focusing between her legs, start by creating anticipation. Deep kissing, slow touch along her neck, her hips, her thighs, her lower back. Let your hands explore without rushing toward the most sensitive areas. When you do move lower, use broad contact first, a palm, a thigh, gentle pressure through clothing. Even after clothing comes off, continue teasing, fingers tracing along inner thighs, getting close without touching directly. That anticipation is not a delay. It is part of the arousal itself. For many women, this buildup is one of the most pleasurable parts of the entire experience. Once her body is clearly responding, that is when gentleness becomes critical. This is not an area to poke, prod, or rush. Aggressive or careless touch is one of the fastest ways to kill desire. The goal is not intensity right away. The goal is comfort, curiosity, and growing sensation. Start externally. Slow strokes along the outer labia, light pressure, small movements, gentle circles around the clitoris without direct contact at first. The clitoris is densely packed with nerve endings and responds best to gradual, controlled stimulation. As you pay attention to her breathing, her sounds, and how her body moves toward or away from your touch, you will know whether what you are doing feels good. When her arousal deepens and lubrication increases, you can slowly introduce internal touch. Less is more here. Beginning with one finger allows her body to adjust without feeling overwhelmed. That finger should always be well lubricated, using her natural moisture or saliva. Dry internal touch is uncomfortable and breaks the sense of safety. Movement matters more than speed. Instead of straight in and out motion, which offers very little stimulation, use gentle curved movements. Fingers can bend. That is their advantage. Explore pressure, direction, and rhythm while paying close attention to her responses. As her body relaxes further and her arousal increases, adding a second finger can deepen sensation. This should be done gradually, allowing her muscles time to adjust. Once inside, small, deliberate movements are far more effective than forceful thrusting. Slow changes in angle and pressure build anticipation and keep her nervous system engaged. When internal stimulation is combined with the right angle, you may stimulate the area commonly referred to as the G-spot. This area is located a short distance inside on the front vaginal wall and often feels slightly textured. Gentle, rhythmic pressure here can be extremely pleasurable for some women. The key is to start slowly and increase intensity only if her body clearly responds positively. Her body will tell you what is working. Changes in breathing, subtle movements, vocal responses. When you notice signs of enjoyment, consistency becomes important. Do not suddenly change what feels good. Let her body stay with the sensation and build toward climax naturally. It is also important to understand that not every woman climaxes from internal stimulation alone. Some women prefer clitoral stimulation. Others enjoy a combination. There is no single correct approach. The most effective partners are the ones who communicate and pay attention. Asking simple questions can make a huge difference. Does this feel good? Should I keep going? Do you want more pressure or less? When a woman feels heard and respected, her body relaxes even more, which increases pleasure. There is one more piece that often gets overlooked. For women, sexual enjoyment is closely tied to emotional connection. Intimacy is not purely physical. Feeling emotionally safe, desired, and understood plays a major role in how deeply she can enjoy the experience. When physical skill is paired with emotional awareness, intimacy becomes something she wants to return to again and again. Here's the bottom line. Manual stimulation is not about speed or force. It is about patience, attention, and understanding how a woman's body responds over time. When you slow down, listen, and adjust, you create an experience that feels intentional and deeply pleasurable. If this changed the way you think about intimacy, make sure you are subscribed. Drop a comment and tell me one thing that stood out to you today. I read every single one. Thanks for watching. Invest in yourself because your health and awareness are always worth it. Happy holidays!